Hi. How's everyone? We're going to do something different this Saturday. So I pulled out the Amante deck and the Starman deck. So we will see how easy life can be. I would like to see what messages, the collective energies of the ancestors. What messages do we need? The things that we need to know. Hi to whomever joined me. Ooh, hi. How y'all doing? Good morning, good morning. Happy Sabbath. How is everyone? Hi Zizi, good morning. So, let's do a few more shuffles. Good morning. Hey, Nami. Every time I see your name, Nami, I think backwards. I'm like, am I? Anam? Anam? Good morning. Hi, Sally. How's everyone? All right. Let's see. Iman. Yeah, Iman. Right, right, right. See, is it really? Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy weekend. Please, Zizi, you're gorgeous yourself. Mm-hmm. You know, I figure, let's say hello. Ancestors, ancestors, thank you. One and all, the collective, any messages you have for everyone. We are looking for spiritual guidance. Of course, of course. It's the Sabbath, right? I don't really want no tomfoolery, but I am open to receive whatever they wish to say. Oh, okay. I mean, I have posted like one or two other videos, like, with me, but not too often. I said I was going to change that, so I'm trying. I'm not really the person for the camera, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, I like to be in the background for the most part, but I don't think that's where I'm supposed to be. So what can you say, right? Excuse me while I stretch. All right. I'm just doing what I'm doing. Like, I wish I could say I had a preset, but I don't. I just do what I'm guided to do. Ooh, the moon is on the bottom. Ooh, were you really? That is, yes. Good job, ZZ. I told you was going to be doing some work, didn't I? Mm-hmm. That's what we do here for one another. We assist each other on this journey, you know. We sometimes have to remind ourselves we are all spirits, right? Having a human experience. And so this is what we're here to do. Excuse me, I'm going to partake in my vices while we do this. I'm just being honest, like shit. Um, some of y'all been feeling like you're not doing enough with the I do good card. You're beating yourselves up about what you feel as though you could be doing more of, and that's really not what it's hitting for. See this? See how she's crying? Thoughts to actions. See how the hand is there, how she's weighed down by her own thoughts? Some of you need to open back up your journals and look at some of those goals you've let go of. And I don't know why you let them go. Everything's attainable, really. You just gotta know it. You should pat yourselves on the back is what this looks like. Mm-hmm. Send kind words to one another, you know. Accept The verbal generosities of others. Heartfelt appreciation. Oh, it looks like some of you guys have started to do the joy jar. That book is glowing. So whatever's in those journals, it's time to open back up, because apparently there's a plan in there that was divinely given. It's yellow. It's like gleaming yellow. This is a soul calling. There's something in a journal that, I don't know who this is for. Your ancestors know. Um, you need to open this back up. You're going to cry tears of joy, actually, once you refine this, if that makes sense. Oh, yeah. Wow. For some of you, really, you really just need to pat yourselves on the back. You are at the top of your game. It may not feel like it, but you are. If it were easy, it wouldn't be worth having. You know what I mean? I'm not talking like struggle love easy. I'm just talking about, in order to maintain a supreme level of excellence, you need to accept that hate comes with the territory. Jealousy comes with the territory. You know what I mean? All right. Yeah. Yeah, you actually need to secure this book with ideas. Whoever this is for, you've got a shit ton of ideas. This could even be a spell book. But it seems as though somebody's got eyes on your book. You need to put that under lock and key. Yeah. That looks like confusion. With I respect the property of others. Look at this. Don't they like they up to no good? Like people trying to get information on you. I spy with my little eye. When is the pink moon? I gotta get a new calendar. The place I normally get them from, they didn't have the Llewellyn astrological calendar, so I have to order it offline. Well, that's the greatest trick the devil ever did, right? Convincing the world he doesn't exist. But we'll get into all of that. Like, it's not what people think. It's not. It's not. It's the coin. I keep telling y'all this. It's the coin. One side, other side. It's a coin. You will, but we're all here for our own soul tribe. We're not gonna be able to wake everybody up. Like even through the Bible, we're taught to deliver a message, tap your shoes off if they refuse it, and keep it pushing. You don't carry that crap with you. But that's symbolically, you can't save everybody. You say what you gotta say and you keep it pushing. They believe it, they don't. Who gives a fuck? Like it ain't rocket science. Like, a lot of people lack the courage of their conviction, so they could say one thing, but they don't live in their truth. And as long as you live in your truth and you progress with a sense of knowing, you have nothing to worry about. Oh, I love to help people too. But you know what? We're not here to help everybody. You've been shown through the portal. You've been ushered through. You too could be a gatekeeper. You're not going to be able to open that door for everybody. You can't save them all from harm. There are two paths to divinity, right? There's two paths to knowing that that God and the divine and the utmost high vibrational sense is real. And then there's the other way that you encounter absolute evil, and then you learn wholeheartedly that, damn, if this level of evil exists, then my God, they must exist in that high vibrational sense. So you can choose your path. You can choose the path of true enlightenment and know that you're going to be tested endlessly, like endlessly, and you welcome these tests. You just like, yeah, what's up with it? Next, thank you. Okay. But if you choose the route of evil, then you might, not even might, you're guaranteed to lose everything, maybe even your soul, on the path back to redemption. But you're going to find out unequivocally, one way or the other, that they are real. So the devil is alive and well, and if he's still able to convince folk that he is non-existent, then damn, that's some good juju. And I don't mean that like literally good juju. You know what I mean? Like, dang, like how stupid can you be? How naive can you be? Like it's around you, but you don't have to live in that to know that it's there. Oh yeah, you a really powerful sorcerer too. Jar, when is the pink moon then? When is, yeah, I want to know when the pink moon then is. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me pull out this deck. Where are you, my lovelies? My underused lovely cards. Oh no. Okay. Yep, that's what live's about, right? You see every fucking thing. Oh crap, hold on. That's one. Two. October. That seemed like a long time away, but it's really not. Actually, for some of you, this could have started back in October with the last one. May come full circle. You might have even started writing these things down then as well in this journal. This book is valuable. Whatever you got in it, yeah. October. I don't know when you should, I'm gonna ask. Because I think you should, put it in a lockbox. Maybe even like an old school, like a safety deposit box. Like you wanna, this thing needs to be protected. Hmm. Shit. Don't get scared now. Some of y'all about to start having like oh, it's in April. Okay, thank you. Because I'm like, this feels more, it felt closer than that. Yeah. Spring. I'm going to need you, if you're the one, if this is resonating for you and you know about this book, I'm going to need you to make sure it's under lock and key well before April. Is there supposed to be an eclipse or something? Like, nah, I'm going to look for myself because this looks bigger than that. This looks like a transit. It is. Okay. Oh, I just got chills. Not till June. Okay. I gotta look. I haven't looked into the new portal dates and what's going on. I guess it should be a no-brainer, but, you know, I don't get into all of that ahead of time. Mmm. That would make more sense. Remember the little flame that appeared during Pentecost to show you the Holy Spirit? That's what this feels like, a spiritual journey. Yeah. There's an awakening in a spiritual sense, and then there's a literal book that I'm talking about. This is a spell book. I don't care what nobody says. Zizi, this is probably for you. But for anybody else who comes beyond and watches this, if you've got a book that you've been working on, and I mean really, really, really hard, and you have put everything you got into it. This is why I say it's a spell book. Because there's so much energy coming off this thing. What do you call that? A grimoire or something like that. I feel like in there, you've really uncovered something. It's like a jump start. hmm It's big. Like, I'm sitting here rubbing my hands looking at this portal like, mm-hmm. And for some, you're going to hit a Kundalini awakening through this pink moon. So be aware. You're not going to be tripping. You're not hallucinating. It's not the LSD or any of that shit you took when you was young. No. You really seeing this shit. Yeah, you really are. A grimoire or something like that. Listen, you'll know. Like, if this is resonating with you, this is a physical book that you've been pouring everything you got into. Excuse me one second. Hey, Carolyn. I mean, Aramaic prayers now, are these originals or are these prayers that you've come up with in a dead language? Mm-hmm. I mean, if you get these prayers through meditation in an auto writing sort of way, then this is you. This real specific, and this is fucked up, but I can't help it. Whomever this person is that's trying to get your book, this very valuable thing. I don't know how many people actually know genuine albinos, but this, I'm looking at somebody and their eyes are absent of color. We've all seen albinos. This person gives me the impression like they got some melanin issues. Maybe alopecia, something like that. Not alopecia. Is that the no, that's the hair loss one. Vitiligo. That's what I meant. Vitiligo. Yeah. Something's up with the eyes. The eyes are not everyday sort of from Israel. Wow, beautiful. That's beautiful. Mm. Quill. Who writes with a quill? That's some real old school ish. Like, really? Mm-hmm. Where those cards go? Oh. What do I need to know about this? Protecting. That's interesting. For someone, I don't know if you've been writing this with another person, but that's where this is coming from. Okay, this makes more sense. Why they would want to get a hold of it. If you've been co-writing this with someone else, they gonna want their part of the proceeds or whatever this is. Don't cut them out, because if you attempt to, they're gonna try to take everything, and that wasn't really what their goal was. Yeah, because as gifted as whoever this is for, this person's helping you a lot. Like, this ain't all you. Oh, that makes so much more sense. Mm. No, the flashes happen. I don't know why they happen. I watch the playback sometimes, and I notice that too. It's not my dad or nothing. It's just them. Whoever them is, they mess with my phone. You know what I mean? It skips, it buffers, it has no reason to do that. Like, it just, I can't see it on this end while it's recording. Every so often I can catch it, but I'm not seeing it. Thank you. Calligraphy. Yeah, I don't know. It's spirit. Yeah, spirit be here. Always in the building. Always. Oh, that's... Hey, y'all. So, let's talk about the Holy Spirit real quick. Good morning, Carmen. Blessings to you as well. Um, I heard a long time ago that everything you've ever been told, taught, that you didn't learn, you didn't seek and find, is a fucking lie. Like, you gotta flip it. Flip it. And I spent a long time pondering what that means, because that could be extreme, right? It is extreme. um, and so I came across some information that refers to the Holy Spirit as masculine energy, right? And so I put the book down for a minute and I went, okay. And I pondered it and I thought about it. And I was like, well, that does make sense, because if we just go back to the principle of the yin and the yang and then the all, right? Right. Then it's beyond possible, right? Because as we come through this journey, right, we talk about masculine energies, feminine energies, high mystic. Um, yeah. And so, as a divine feminine, right, you're supposed to be open and receptive to information. You're not in the doing aspect. Well, if the Holy Spirit is the active energy, the active essence, then wouldn't that make it masculine by default? Because it's doing and going? Just saying. Blew my fucking mind. Now I'm going to wait, because I actually like to see what y'all think about this. Because I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. And everything was open to receive that energy. And the combination produces what we see here. 3D shit. Oh man, really be having my head spinning. I don't know about y'all, but I was like, wow, well, there's something. And so that means when we say God the Father, right, and we think about who's actually ruling in heaven, so to speak, right, in that vibrational dimension, right, it's the feminine energy, right? So I know we've heard songs throughout time. My favorite was Joan Osborne, What If God Was One of Us? What If God Was a Woman, right? And I used to sing along to it. But lo and behold, yeah, God is feminine just as much as God is masculine. But sitting up there receiving all them wonderful prayers and adoration is the supreme feminine energy. Woo! I was like, okay, Eureka, we're on to something here. Right, right. And not saying feminine energy can't be doers, right? Because as we see the ebb and flow, right? As we see down here throughout time, as it repeats over and fucking over again, we see that at one time we have a patriarchal, meaning men running shit, and then we have matriarchal, women running shit. So there's an ebb and flow. Sometimes it's a time for a active feminine touch, and sometimes it's for an active masculine touch. So when it comes to worship, hey honey, how are you? It's a balanced game, okay? Okay. You can't deny yourself in the adoration, in the heavenly sense. I know what I was born. I know who I am. So I know who must be there. Just saying. Woo. Wow. Yeah, she one of us. Uh-huh. Well, at the beginning of time, we were one. We were one. This flesh houses energy. The flesh houses energy. Energy is not gender specific. It's energy. It contains both masculine and feminine. Before we made choices to be in this, we are unified. We are one. We are whole. We are not segments, just like we're not segments here. We've allowed history, so to speak, and perceptions of power to dictate how we govern ourselves. I'm just as, anyway. Hashtag non-binary, okay? Understand it from a spiritual sense, not a gender perspective, not a sexual perspective, an energy perspective. Be so comfortable with everything, the totality of who you are, what you were created to be, and say goodbye to three-dimensional constraints. They don't exist. You're allowing your mind to be in a prison. Free your mind. I tell people all the time, I believe high heels were made for men. I work with the human body. Guess what? I don't like heels like that. They look great, make my ass look amazing, but they hurt my feet. I look at anatomy all the time. They're made for men. A stiletto was never for my foot, I promise you. But when you look at the configuration of the male anatomy, oh nah. Someone went, oh, I want to try them. Fashion, it shifts. Just telling you. Don't allow what people say you should be doing to dictate what you actually should be doing. I'm not talking about morality. I'm talking about how you live in your authentic self. Living in your truth. What? No, Zizi's legit. She is. She is. She gives me a lot of insight. You'd be surprised. Nah. If you're being led to someone, then you're being led there for a reason. I've had people book readings with me, multiple, and I wish to say all of them resonated, and for the most part they do, but not everything is for everybody. And even with the messages that come through the channel, it's like that message might have just been one time. I might have been your reader that one time. I wish I was your reader every time, but that's just not how it works. You know, we all are, we're conduits. I'm a channel. That's why I stay hydrated. That way the messages get through clear. So trust where spirit is guiding you, okay? Truly. Mm. Thank you, Janidra. Hmm. Huh. I think we covered that, though. I'm looking at the Two of Wands because it's like, see how both wands, usually with the Two of Wands, you see either or choice. That's not what you get here. It's the knowing that you don't have to pick, that you can claim that the road to ascension requires both. Mm-hmm. You're being guided. Yeah. Seeing things, Josh, never. Yes, yes. But that is part of the human experience. You signed up for that. Like, you legit signed up for it. Trust me, I done seen some shit, and you signed up for it. Just, and then not to mention all the things that I voluntarily go and look, because I'm nosy as shit. I'd be like to watch, like to look at shit. It's okay. You can teach from everything you've ever learned, from everything you've ever saw. There's a reason for it. It wasn't by happenstance. Yeah, that's the energy signatures. You need to bless your house more. Like, once you get your data, walk through and burn sage, smudge that bitch. Like, clear it all out. Start the top. If you got an attic, start the top, work your way down to the basement. Open the basement windows. Let that shit out. Mm-hmm. And if you don't like burning stuff, you need to create a broom or buy a broom specifically for the purpose of spiritual cleaning. You don't actually clean with it. I had I made one and I posted it to my Instagram, but I don't know, you know, I don't really, I'm trying to be better with Instagram, but it's not my thing like that. But, you can make yourself a broom for the spiritual cleaning. Just saying. Just for that purpose. Yeah, you need to bless your house. If you don't want to burn shit, you don't need people in your business, and I totally understand that shit. Then, go to the bodega, or not the bodega, the botanica, and get some straw and create yourself a broom. Or go to the Asian markets. They got some great brooms in there. You be looking at the little flimsy ass brooms, you be like, but you see them in the nail salons and the barber shops with them little brooms sweeping up, like, so they are functional. But if you know, like I know, you're going to go get yourself a broom if you don't have the time or inclination to make yourself one. But you need to do something to deal with that energy. Ooh. Aww. All right, whoever needed the confirmation that you walking away from your church is the right thing to do, it's legit. You ain't been wanting to go nowhere. Stop feeling bad about it. It's cool. You're doing more on the outside than you were on the inside. And them facts, and you know that, so stop playing. It's the right thing to do. You've been waiting on that. It's time. Maybe you about to start your own church. Oh. Who's starting the church? Mm, yeah. Yeah, it does. No, it's definitely not overnight. I mean, god dang, man. No, it's not. But, there's the path. Okay, ZZ, we're going to talk about this real quick. There's two paths. There's the path of the self-initiate, and then there's the path of those who are, who join other organizations, if you will. Right. Well, I've touched on that before, the difference between conjurers and those who are naturally born and gifted. You know what I mean? Some people have a magical inheritance. They have a magical DNA. Their background is just that shit. Oh, Sally, guess what? In America, you only need like six members to your church. That's it. That's it. You just need six people to show up. And you now have a congregation. Hey, Tanya. Yes, that's it. That's all you need. Six. So I think Australia is doing better because at least they require 100 people to buy your bullshit before they allow you to call yourself a church. Yeah, oh crap is right. Why you think through the 70s we had on them damn pop-up cults? People was trying to get tax breaks and shit. That's how fucking Jonestown happened. Be like, don't drink the Kool-Aid. That's where that shit come from. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Not to this day, a bitch don't fuck with Kool-Aid. I'd be like, no, I'm okay. Is there a seal? Did I make it? No, I don't fuck with it. Like, I literally have to watch you pour shit. I don't. I like why people pop bottles. Like, people kookaloos. Better safe than sorry. Yeah, but somebody trying to start a church. Yeah, you're being guided to do this. That's wow. I've never seen that before. I think you actually have a family background of like pastors and deacons and reverends and all of that. I feel like this is actually the family way. But you may not know that. You may have to do some research to find out how deep your spiritual roots go, excuse me, and grow. Wow. Wow. Janidra, did you say what is Kool-Aid? What's Kool-Aid? Oh my gosh, it's an artificial drink. It used to come in these little packets, like a seed pack, like when you go to the garden store to get the little pack. But inside is the little powder of death, okay? No, I wish it was cordial. Hell no, it ain't even no liquor in it. And you supposed to only add 1 cup of sugar, right? But in black households, you add 2 cups of sugar to this shit, okay? Because otherwise, it just tastes like you can't drink it. Yup, water and sugar. And it was there. We used to have these crazy animated commercials on TV with this big ass picture with a happy face. Yeah, sour death. Yes, exactly. It was. Look, we all drank it growing up because we ain't know no better. But look, then we switched to sodas and they was like, haha, I fooled you. Yeah, Kool-Aid. Don't drink that shit. Now I will say if you want to make like they make great ice cubes for cocktails, I think. I'm just saying, couple. What are those? The blue raspberry. Make some cubes, drop them in some lemonade with a little vodka. God dang. Yeah, they do. You know this, right? Like, come on, man. In the hood, you used to put little popsicle sticks in them, make little hood pops, because you ain't have money for ice pops. Right, right. You made do, shit. May not even have a real popsicle stick. You get like a toothpick and shit. Anyway. somebody work at a deli, they start using sandwich picks, whatever. It was creative. At least you was satisfied. Nah, come on now. Your childhood couldn't have been that different from my childhood. Just saying. Yes. Oh my God. Yes, the hair dye. Don't get me started. The peroxide though. Oh my God. Hair falling out, dry as shit. You be like, what's wrong? Bitch, cause you not, that's not dye. It's not dye. Ooh. Yes. Oh, it was crack juice. You know while all they fronts is going, like, oh my God. You like, why the baby got grilled? Silver, caps, teeth rotted. Mm. Yeah, Kool-Aid like about destroyed the dental health of America. I will say that. Like, but it wasn't, it was the sugar. Hashtag diabetes. Y'all better like don't buy Kool-Aid. That shit should be banned from the market. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Fundamental part of, oh, did y'all have hugs? Remember them little juice drinks that was just as bad as Kool-Aid? At every family, hey Fly, at every family barbecue, you get like, it'd be like sodas, like what is it, Bubs and Days. I don't know all the regional sodas, but that's what we had in our area, and it'd be hugs in there. Because you didn't know any better. Like, you didn't know what real shit was until much later in life. You know, you go out to dinner and all of a sudden they bring you like a peach Bellini. You like, what is this? And all of a sudden your taste buds shift. I'm just saying, you know, that's what we had. Can't do better till you know better. Mm-hmm. And plus it was economical. You can't beat 10 packs of Kool-Aid for $1. They was 10 cents a pack. You just couldn't. You had drinks for the whole week. That's a lot of sugar once again. Think about that. Anyway, that shit was funny. High C fruit punch. Yes. Nah. Look, you knew you was doing big things when you had the juicy juice. We talking about high C. Now look. Yeah. It was the one benefit to whomever got pregnant, right? Because they get the wick and they get the little juicy juice. You be like, yeah, let me get some juicy juice. Oh my God. Oh yeah. You be like, you ain't gonna use all that. Get the fuck out of here. Let me get some of that. Let me get some of them checks. Give me some of the cheese. Give me them fucking eggs. Oh my gosh. Oh my. I like the fruit punch. That was my shit though. Please. You be looking at your friend like, oh, okay. When your wick kick in, I'm gonna go with you to the market. I'm just saying. Y'all know I'm right. Oh my God, Deidre, I'm sorry you had them stomach issues with the juicy juice and stuff. But in my neck of the woods, you was doing big things when you showed up. I remember that shit. I do. I remember. And you're right, it didn't. But it was the best grilled cheese you ever had when it finally did melt. It's one of them cheese you got put in the microwave first. And then put it in the stove, on the stove with the bread and shit with the butter. Because you needed like a pre-warm up. Mm-mm. That shit never go in the refrigerator. It just, mm-mm. It's like bogged butter. You're like, what is this? What sort of... Anyway, y'all got me bugging down memory lane of hood-tastic childhood memories. I'm just saying. It was fun though. Please, we ain't gonna talk about the neighborhood pool situations and things like that. Mm-mm. We was creative. That's all I'm gonna say. All government shit, but you know what? It don't go bad. I got an experiment going right now at my ex's apartment. He has 3 cans of surplus meats. Not kidding. 2 pork, 1 beef. I've known him for damn nearly 15 years. They've been in that house for at least 8, 9, right? I don't know how long they were in the can before. There's no dates on government shit. So one day we just gonna open it up. We just gonna crack it open and see. I don't plan on eating it because I'm not a crazy Russian hacker that he will eat shit like that after being in surplus stores forever. I'm not that adventurous. But you know, I want to see at least if an animal will eat it. I'm not gonna eat that shit. But yeah, government shit. does not go bad. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It doesn't. Like, they found stuff from World War I in bunkers under various cities, and it's still good. Like, don't sleep on the government. They know how to plan for Armageddon. I would take what's in the can over an MRE because of packaging. You know, like, just saying. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But you know what the best they never gave out was them little bagels? The bag of little round bagels and the cream cheese. That was good. I used to stand in line with my neighbors. Like, can I was a greedy kid. Needless to say, my ass was chunky. Oh my god. Oh yes, I love those things. Every once in a while you can find the merry-go-round. Every once in a while, and they're bringing back the old industrial ones. Oh, I'm sorry. Mmm. Well, here's the thing. For somebody, you about to step full-fledged into a third eye opening. Like, it's open. It's open. I don't know if you asked for this gift, but you about to get this gift. So, yeah, this could, and that could be you. It's part of the awakening. This is part of your gifts. You closing your energy. You gonna have to learn to, like, really meditate, cause it's open. I don't think you're gonna be able to No, I don't think it's bad at all. It's wonderful if you can learn how to handle it. You know what I mean? Like, if you can receive it. And then really what I would recommend is just pray. What am I supposed to do with this? Like, because I feel like you at the tip of the iceberg with it. Like, you came in a little later, I think. But if you look at the tip of the snake's head, right? The snake itself, the head is thin. But there's a huge body that's got to make its way through that opening. You're only starting, it's just the beginning of what you're about to see. It's all part of your process. Oh man. Anybody ever watch Charm back in the day? Remember when Phoebe, no, it was, I think Prue. One of them had got some powers they wasn't supposed to. And she got the power of being an empath. And the bitch was laid up in the basement, like in a fetal position. Because she got some shit she wasn't ready for. But the person who got their powers back, they was ready for it. Like, okay, because they're built for it. What you have to remember is that you are built for this. Regardless of what it is you're seeing, don't interpret it in such a personal way. You kind of need to open it up, like, and flip it. See how I look like a searchlight this way? It's two ways. It works both ways. I mean, in one sense, you're stepping into some big time, like, psychic energy. Like, woo! You're just gonna see shit at all times. Like, so meditation will be crucial and for you to learn how to control this. So it doesn't just consume you. It's like an infinite daydream. Is what that feels like. See, oh shit. See, look. You're just picking up everything. Anybody you've had ties to, connections to, you're still connected to them. Yeah, you're absolutely picking up on their energies. But that's just your new gifts, honey. Hey, you're going to have to learn to block out a hell of a lot more, but I would prefer you to meditate and try to figure out how you're supposed to utilize these newfound gifts to the benefit of all. Mm-hmm. Hey, Angelina. Oh, excuse me, Angela. Yeah, it's a big time purge. It's a big time purge. Remember, Christ went to the desert for 40 days, 40 nights, right? We are coming up onto the festival of Lent. Like we're, what is it, Mardi Gras? Well, the season of Mardi Gras, like it literally means Fat Tuesday, but we're in all of that energy, and so there is a natural purge that's about that energetically. I don't care if you follow the liturgical calendar or not. We are all hardwired to do what the Most High wants us to do, and so we naturally go through these phases. Yeah, I told you that. Anyway, I just need some time. Um, he nasty. All men are nasty. But some of them are nasty in a good way, you know. Yeah, you just got new gifts. You're going to have to just meditate on how to use them. Yeah, it's a third eye opening. This is on your path. I don't know what you do for work, but you know, you might be adding on a secondary job too, meaning a spiritual profession. But this is weird. You are in the middle of a psychic love triangle. I will say that. That's funny. You can feel them thinking about each other, thinking about you. You just picking it all up. But there's something you're supposed to learn from this little triangle you've created. I'm looking. I keep telling you to go see an astrologer, Janidra. No, I really do need you to go see an astrologer. Y'all three charts are interconnected. I don't know. I kind of feel like y'all done did this in a few lifetimes. The three of y'all. But that would explain the Sagittarius possession issues, like his territorial type shit. You, the Leo, and the Sag. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I know. It's a lot going on, but that's just your new gifts. Just wait. You about to get bombarded with more things, and I think that'll be better for you. Mm. Honey, you might be stepping into the gift of prophecy or something like that. Definitely a seer. I'm gonna need you to get yourself a notebook though, because some of the things you're about to start seeing, you're supposed to write down like on some Nostradamus shit. Not joking. Like not even some of it. You're supposed to be writing these visions down like on some Nostradamus shit. Oh shit, Sally. That sounds like tons of trouble and fun. What's your sign, Sally? Yeah. Drink more water, Janitra. Like a lot more water. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I'm excited. Somebody about to start a big time business. Like big time. Big time. You've been low key working on this shit for a minute. This is the year to do it. This is a big ass year. Somebody's whole life about to change. Whole life. Wow. I just started hearing the driver. I'm moving on up. Like to the deluxe apartment in the sky. See the spiritual soul in the background, the ascension to the deluxe apartment in the sky. Oh boy. Let me upgrade you. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, Sally, you can handle that. Good morning, Empress. I'm gonna need you to go see an astrologer so you can better understand the role that all of this is playing in your future. Yeah, Sally, you can handle the Virgo and the Taurus. Looking at what you working with, Sun, Moon, Rising. Oh, you good? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. All that air, you good. It's fun though and feisty. I will say that. Yeah, you got two of the. Shut up. Shut up. I ain't even gonna say that. Because who says they in a supreme energy? Hey, have any of y'all ever looked into your Eros placement? The asteroid Eros? You gotta look for a chart. It's your sexuality. You wanna understand more about who you are in a sexual sense? And it made a lot of sense. I'm not. You got to look it up. It shows you a year chart and then the month, and then you can it does intersect kind of with Venus, but it's an asteroid, Eros, like the messenger of love, right? Is he deals that asteroid deals with the psyche and sexuality. So go look at your Eros. Eros. I thought it was fucked up that it says soar backwards. Like, I don't know. Like, I think somebody, oh, they got some fucked up jokes. I'm just telling you. How is it the heart and love placement, Eros, the asteroid, but it's sore. Like, that shit hurt. Anyway, but if you want to see how you act and behave in relationships, and it really did make a lot of sense. It really did. Mine was in Sage. I guess I am going to share that with y'all. It's really not a big deal, but it made a lot of sense. Like it just did. It wasn't a lot of information that I found last night on it, but it just made a lot of sense. Yeah, it sounds like some pretty strong soul ties. I just did a Google search, honestly. I typed in Eros, and then there was a it didn't even look like a legit site, but it was. It was like one of them Reddit type forums, but it had the chart information. I'll have to go back and look what site it was, but it was pretty simple. Because I was looking on like Astro and Astro Cafe and all of that. No, Eros, Eros, not Arrow. Yeah, but it's interesting. I was like, oh, and then I was playing around on I love this one astrology site because it gives you a lot of information. It's called Astro Dash Seek, and I was comparing the draconic chart with the tropical and then the sidereal and different things. You get a lot of extra information looking at the aspects, and it really does show you the draconic shows you past life energy and some of the shit you could be pulling forward with you, and why you keep making some of the choices you're making. And then I was looking at the critical aspects, the different aspects of the different houses, and because of the deacons as they're called. So each sign has three deacons: 0 to 10 degrees, 11 to 20, and 21 to 30 degrees roughly. And so the critical aspects, from what I gathered last night, was from 0 supposed to be to 10, but it wasn't. It was really from like 0 to 6, and then from like the 29th degree was a critical degree because it was a finality. And so you see a lot of wrap ups, a lot of karmic wrap ups in that degree field because it's the end pretty much. But yeah, it gets pretty deep. Like, I'm learning astrology like for fun and shit, like I can imagine taking classes on this because it's that much information. And I do really do find sidereal accurate as fuck. Like, Western has its influences for sure. Oh, that's a good one, Z. I didn't know that one was out there. There's a lot of decks though. There's like a couple, what, 100,000 of them or some shit. Like, people are creative. Yeah, but whoever's starting this business, you've been nurturing this thing. Like, you've been growing this, and some of the these conditions wasn't right, but you made it work. You legit found a way to camouflage what you were trying to do so it couldn't be sabotaged. Wow. This is classic. This is don't let the left hand know what the right hand's doing. That's exactly what was done here to accomplish this. I'm digging this Emperor. He's like sitting here. He a little smug right now, but that's okay. Mm. Anyway. Oh, yeah, oh, I'm sorry. We got off that high priestess. High priest. You would have to talk to your ancestors on that one. You talking about why you so fertile. Maybe because you're supposed to birth a lot of babies. Just saying. Really. Some women, their purpose here on this plane is to usher in souls. That is no small task. Not everybody built for that shit. Oh, wow. You're supposed to be doing more with these gifts, but I'm not going to rush you into that. You'll get more information on your newfound powers, because that's what they are, powers. Oh, yeah, so you can join a group, and that's going to take a hell of a long time. I mean, it takes a long time no matter what, but you can also learn on your own. And some might think that is a longer path and process, but I don't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, if you go back to scripture, every time somebody found God, right, on some real shit, it's because they wandered off and was like, yo, hey, there has to be more, right? And they respond. So you can go to other people seeking, or you can seek source directly and get them downloads, right? Them downloads. And you won't be obligated to a motherfucking person. You funny. Right. We don't hoard sacred knowledge, but we do disseminate it structurally. And even if they gave it all to you, it don't matter because it won't process until it's supposed to. But all that hoarding, that's not high vibrational. Right. Right. It does. They do. Downloads do give you headaches. That's why you got to stay hydrated and you must get proper rest. Yeah, I noticed that too. I noticed that too. And I can't stand that. I really can't. Like, I don't. I know here and there I do cherry pick what it is I'm going to say that day. But I know eventually all the shit going to come out. So, hey, it is what it is. And I take my cues from them. So, I worries not. Yeah. Then you have to find yourself a ritual, Janidra. And I mean a wind down ritual. Turn the TV off. Take your shower. Listen to soft music. You know what I mean? Find a way to turn off your mind. That's the secret. Get, like, don't fight it. Be like, no, I'm going to bed. Like, reclaim that. Don't allow people to keep your energy so bound up and so frazzled that you can't get a good night's rest. Hell no, ain't nobody got time for that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. You know it's a spiritual war, so every day, all day, you have to be in that frame of mind. Right. Turn your phone off. Turn everything off. No light is actually better for women. Blackout curtains is better for women. It keeps your hormonal balance in order. All them ambient lights, nah, that shit's really no good for us. It really throws everything off of balance. Jeffrey Armstrong, thank you. It's up to you what you believe in. Like, really. I just don't understand people who don't believe in anything. I really start thinking about Cat Williams. I be like, you don't believe in nothing, my nigga? Like, when you talk about, he's like, when you busted up, who do you call on? You can't. There's nobody there for you. like, I was just saying, I don't have time for people who are so egotistical and that they think they're the end all be all. Like, I just well, that's because they're actually trying to put God into a box of what they believe God to be, and that ain't nobody's place. God shows you their infinite presence everywhere. So, who the fuck are they to tell you who and what? Whatever. Every church in the world like candles. Who what? Huh? The ephod in the Bible is an apron made of crystals. I can't listen. I love a Bible thumper. I will fuck you up in this game. Like, I've spent my whole life doing this. Like, you don't even know. Like, the prep that they put me through, I'm ready. Like, it's been real prep. So you read it for yourself and stop listening to other people. It's the greatest trick to have somebody sit in a fucking room with a book in front of them and then listen to a person tell you it when you have the capacity and wherewithal to fucking to read it yourself, to ask questions. And if they don't want your questions, then you in the wrong fucking building. It's a money making a gambit. Get the fuck out of here. We're having church right now. That's why I did this shit. This is it. This is it. This is us right here communing with spirit right now. This is what it's about. I ain't asked y'all for a motherfucking thing, and we still vibing. So, fuck out of here with that shit, man. I done walked out of more churches than a little bit clutching my invisible pearls. Like, this tomfoolery, I got to go. You don't really want to know what I got to think and say about this shit right now. Fuck out of here, church by numbers. Ooh, excuse me. Got me drooling. Hold on. Ooh, that's anger. Excuse me as I regain my poise. I can't. I don't play with people like that at all. Power to the Most High. No. All power where praise is due. I just don't. I don't. And let me tell you, I actually had I've had a lot of great spiritual leaders come through my path. Like, a lot of them. Large and small, and I'm grateful for them all. But they all respected my decisions to keep moving. You gave me what you could. Just like I tell y'all, I give you what I can. There are people out there who will spiritually feed you in other ways. I just want everyone to be open and have a discerning spirit. And when they hear that bullshit, you just be like, ooh, you missed me with that again. Just saying. Right. You don't need an intermediator. That's the whole thing. Like, there are a lot of ascended masters out there. A lot. And they all show you how to directly connect to source with no fucking middleman. Just saying. Just saying. Even the way in which Christ lived his life, you can't get to the Father. That's the way. That is the path to ascension. It's a hard knock life for us. Yeah, it looked great, didn't it? He was out there preaching and shit. People was like, oh, and then look what they did. So please, the same people who love you one minute will fucking stab you in the back the next. It comes with the territory. So it's like, if you get chosen, you should be like, oh, thank you, thank you. But at the same time, you be like, okay, there's some bullshit that come with this territory. Absolutely. Right. A lot of relationships are there to teach you. But if you don't see this pattern, if you don't see the fact that you getting different rappers with the same energy inside, then the lessons continue. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, if he is, and that's his business, and he shouldn't be, you know, I really do resent. Look, to each his own, but I'm with people who are open and honest about that, especially if you're going to be, dibbling and dabbling. All parties have a right to know, and if you don't know, then what you're doing. See, I don't. No, I'm good on that. That's funny. Wait, I'm gonna share a story with y'all. I was just telling some. We was. Oh, that's so fucking funny. So when I was really young, right, 15, 16, my friend Gio, I was his beard. He came from a very staunch Puerto Rican family, and I was talking to my he like my dad. I was talking. We was having this conversation. He and the life, and we were talking about uh people coming to grips with who they are and how it should be a hell of a lot easier in the times we live in now to just be your authentic self. We're not here to judge. That's the whole thing. It's easier now because we're finally getting that message. We're getting it. Don't judge. Worry about you. You're your brother's keeper. Are they okay? Do they have food? Are they healthy? Like, those are the things you should be concerned about. You know what I mean? Like, not what people do in their bedroom, as long as they're, long ain't no kids in there, ain't nobody being held against their will. Otherwise, we coming in with the police. Just saying. Just saying. There are hard limits. But everything else is fine. We don't actually care. But I want you to be free. But back in the day, right, my friend wasn't free. And I think he believed the beard game a little too hard, because one day he like, hey, what's up? You gonna fool around? I went, no. I said, did you forget what you told me? You said you are gay. I'm gonna make sure you stay over there. No tea, no shade, but I don't, no. I'm not your friend you experiment with. You said this is what you are, and I'm gonna help you live that life to the best of my, like, we was out there cracking on guys together. What does that look like? What? I don't do that level of confusion. I'm not confused. So we didn't play those sorts of fun games. But I thought it was really funny. But I do know in years before, it was not easy for people to be their authentic selves. You know what I mean? And so there were those moments where both men and women were like, this is what they said I had to do, but I'm really not feeling this anymore, and then they leave and they go on about their life. But they don't just keep going back and forth, because it was harder to do that back in the day. You got shunned and shit, so people made you stay in your lane. If that's where you chose and that's where you stayed. But it ain't like that, so we don't have to worry about that no more. So in this era, you better be up fucking front. Otherwise, you might be missing parts and shit. That's not from me, but I I watch the news. Shit happens. You got to tell the truth. Just saying. You got to tell the whole truth. You can't be like, well, you were Monday, so I didn't think to tell you about Tuesday. And I didn't think to tell you about Tuesday because Tuesday was Tom and you're Gina. And so I thought Monday and Tuesday would clash. No, you can't. If Monday and Tuesday different, they deserve to know about each other, because that's life. Right. Everybody has free will. When you lie to people, you take away their free will. You cannot do that shit. Like, that's when the book get thrown at you. You be like, you hoodwinked me. No. There you go, Mystic. Thank you. I was waiting on somebody else to catch it because it's like, mm, it's terrible. You got to protect yourself. Mm, mm, mm. Y'all funny. I'm excited for whoever. Look, if you start a church or a business, hey, we can cross advertise for each other. Because this is great. Somebody like literally just stepped over a snake. Like you had a slippery son bitch in your path, and the universe just showed them the great exit. I hope that ain't like the great exit, but I see a cliff and a straight drop down. Die Hard started flashing in my head. Remember that from the first one? Didn't he drop the boy brother over off the building? Mm, that's not good. Mm, I don't know. Was somebody supposed to go to like a roof party? Like a, in my area, that's a big deal. I don't know about where you from. They be having like these skyscrapers and shit and then these rooftop bars and things like that. You'd be like 60 floors up when like in the summer it's beautiful. In the winter, no. Yeah. I feel like this happened fast. Mm. All you can say is thank you, universe. Thank you. They're gone. Wow. Hold on, I'm newsy. I'm like, because the bottom of this deck is the moon. Please. Oh. These cards big. This could have been someone you were attempting to collaborate with, or this could have been a work event that you didn't go to. Some shady shit went down. And for some, this actually feels like an acrobat, like a circus show or some shit. Does anybody know a circus performer? That's real fucking left and specific. That's weird. But that's kind of what I was getting with the Two of Wands, like a tightrope walker or something like that. Like something doesn't go right. I don't know. If one of y'all fucking circus performer and you questioning a gig, don't do that shit. Mm-hmm. Right. You're here to do big work in this lifetime. Period. Point blank. There's a great shift coming, right? Some ages don't get to experience this. We get to experience this. And so it is about staying in higher vibration. It is about having these emotional experiences. Mm. I mean, I have seen that a few times in my readings. You do pick up people's passings. What? Did you just say the sun is rising in the west? Child, wait, I'm like, what? Wait, no. No, that's not supposed to happen. Like, no, that's not supposed to happen. You're funny, Sally. If you come back as a rock, you should want to come back as a perfect diamond. That way you'll be the most sought after rock on the planet. How about that? So, aim high. I believe you. As a matter of fact, Allison, wait. Yeah, talk to Carolyn about that. She's seen some interesting things turn into shit right before her very eyes. People are shapeshifters. You'd be surprised. Nah, as much as I would want to be a tree, that means in that era people would have to respect trees more. Just saying. There are some trees that grow that are almost uncuttable. Like the wood's so damn hard and it destroys blades. So I want to be one of them. That's the first thing I was like, oh no, people don't respect trees like that. They need to. Hmm. They be mad. I'd be like, nah, come back as an amoeba. Some shit they can't figure out. hmm Teach those kids how to connect to nature. They're disconnected. That's part of your path, Mystic. Right. Teach them. It's funny. I have a special connection with children. Like I had like, and I look. I wasn't even one of them people. Like I didn't even have like kids as friends when I was a kid. Like I ain't fuck with kids. Like there's something wrong with them. Like I don't. I grew up in a very adult environment, you know, and so I ain't fuck with kids. But it's funny, I have a very profound effect on them. Like I can wrangle them, and their parents are always so impressed by the skill set. I said, because no, my energy is I will fuck you up, but my face is cute, and so they're confused, so they want to listen. And so I get it. I connect kids to nature, and I help ground them and bring them back in touch with true spirituality. Help them realize that it's okay to believe in what they're seeing. Fuck if your parents can't see it. Screw if they're jaded and hard into this dimension that the veil is gone, like it's just permanently closed to them. So I help them to hold fast to what it is they've been gifted with. I help them to not allow society to strip away what God gave them freely, their talents. Oh no, that so take whatever role you have and the impact you have on children very seriously. Like that is no small task. That is guardianship of the most supreme. Right? I can't turn away stray animals. That was part of the problem. Even growing up, we couldn't turn away strays. Like animals would just show up. It's amazing. Like they know the houses where they get love, the vet and attention. Where they won't be beat and shit. Like they just know. They just show up. Right. When I lived in Texas, I had this stray animal, this cat show up. I called her Pretty Kitty. She was emaciated, but she had a little bulge, and I was like, oh, fuck, she's pregnant. And winter was setting, and even though winter ain't terrible in Texas, it was still winter. And so, and it was funny because we had cats, and so I would have never thought that a feral would want to be where, but she knew. Like, they told her from inside. They was like, nah, they cool. They cool. You come on in. She'll love you. They were like, yeah, we just had 3 litters in here. You good? Yeah. Your guardian. Yeah, we are. That's why we resonate so much with the various martial arts, crane style, mantis, like come on, like this is why there's so much connection. We're guardians. We were given that. That was never stripped from us. Us talking to them freely and shit the same way we had direct communion with source in a way that was like, "Hey daddy, hey son, hey daughter," like we lost that a little bit, but no, we still guardians. That's why we got zoologists and biologists. There's more animal expert fields than almost any other science because we have never lost the role of guardians for this planet, for the animals. No, that's real. I'm sorry that black cats have that significant vibration to you, because in a lot of cultures they're good luck. When I see them, I be like, hey kitty, like I love animals, so it don't matter. I see that as pure magic showing up. So like, yeah, little bitch, like come here, let me rub you. Mm-hmm. We are guardians. Really, respect the roles you've been given, big and small. Mm. I know what you meant on the cat. I know what you meant. Always, yeah. They will. Ooh, trust me. I mean, crows are spiritual messengers. They'd be like, oh, I'm like, oh, that's what's coming, huh? Of course. Of course. That's why we're here. Actually, to give each other's messages. I go back and read the comments, and I'm enlightened a lot of times by what you guys are saying. I can't always keep up with it, but it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Good night, Mystic. Go for your nap. Hmm. That's true. That's true. We all do come from the same kitchen. Sure do. We're all cosmic energy. Why wouldn't we want to be respectful to everyone and everything? It's like disrespecting yourself. That's what it comes down to. You're disrespecting yourself. That's where the golden rule comes from. Treat others as you would want to be treated. Because realistically, that's you. You mirror each other. Every day you encounter people like, I don't know what that bitch's problem is. No, it's y'all each other's problem. You get back what you put out. And so if you in a fucked up mood that day, then guess what? You might encounter, just saying, you might be bringing it on yourself. I'm just saying. Wait. And how? Wait. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know if I'm really following that, Janidra. You might have to rephrase. Matter of fact, I need you to rephrase that. I'm not following that last remark. Yeah, I agree, Carolyn. They are lucky cats, and they do get a bad rap. They do. For whatever reason. Hmm. Interspecies communication. Yeah. We still do have that. I mean, the veils are so thin anymore that you really, I don't know about y'all, right? I'm gonna put it this way. I like watching animal videos on YouTube. And so there's all these little French bulldogs, right? And people going, like, telling the dog, I love you. And the dog, like, barking back, I love you. And the shit sounds like he's saying, I love you. I'm like, I don't want it to say this. Like, I'm not trying to hear this, but I'm hearing this. Like, and so I see what science would call evolution, but I don't really see it as that because there's nothing new under the sun. And so we're entering into higher frequencies, higher connectivity to frequencies that they operate on. And so you're able to see what the hell is in here with me. Anyway, we're able to see and communicate in ways in which we weren't before. And so, hey, what can you do? What can you do? Besides say thank you and appreciate the honor and the blessing that it is. I mean, you think it was a coincidence all them people who were saved by dolphins and shit? Come on, y'all. Come on. You think it's by accident that dolphins be trying to fuck humans? I think it's sick, but I'm just saying. Come on, y'all. Either there were mer people in the oceans, or, people and animals is a hell of a lot closer than we ever imagined possible. Or, I'm just saying, you have to kind of start to speculate things. Sally, you're hilarious. Yes, shine bright like a diamond. I do. I hope you come back as a diamond the size of the Rock of Gibraltar. There you go. And you're just too perfect that they can't even move you. They're just like, oh, there you go. If that's your wish, then fine. You can be Air's Rock Diamond. Oh, okay. A pack of coyotes. Interesting. Do you have people at that time keeping like animals as pets, like chickens and shit? Because usually they look for small prey. Yeah. And they breed like wildfire, so be careful. Somebody was just telling me that. Like, they breed real fast. I don't know. Maybe one of your spirit animals is a coyote. Shit. There are worse spirit animals to have. You had a pack out. Somebody was patrolling. You're already Air. That's the thing about it. I'm telling y'all, I need y'all to get this book, The Kabbalah. Please get this book. It's the best $10 you'll ever spend. Now, I'm not saying you're going to process all the shit at once, because you're not. You're not. Sorry. It's going to take a minute. But if you get it, you'll start to understand all of this shit. It's just beautiful. It really is. I'm going to do you one better. Now, it looks reversed to me. I hope it's not to y'all. Kybalion. You can hit pause and do a screenshot too. Just saying. I keep showing this book because it's that fucking important. Like, they got y'all out here play pimping. Good. Like, seriously. Like, they really got y'all. You're welcome. Nah, because we are here to bring up the frequency. Like, everybody needs this book. Everybody needs this book. Okay? It's the Mystery School's Cliff Note. Yeah, Amazon, for real, for real. I got it at Barnes and Nobles for $10, but you get it on Amazon, whatever. Now, I don't want to read a snippet because the shit's deep, man. Like, hold on, let me see. Because, boy. All right, I'm going to read you the introduction. Okay. We take great pleasure in presenting to the attention of students and investigators of the secret doctrines this little work based upon the world-old Hermetic teachings. There has been so little written upon this subject, notwithstanding the countless references to the teachings in the many works upon occultism, that the many earnest searches after the arcane truths, will doubtless welcome the appearance of the present volume. The purpose of this work is not the enunciation of any special philosophy or doctrine, but rather is to give to the students a statement of the truth that will serve to reconcile the many bits of the occult knowledge that they may have acquired. Okay? I'm telling y'all, spirit work in fabulous ways. Like, I was in fucking Baltimore, Maryland, okay, on a humbug down there having dinner. Walked into the Barnes trying to walk off a mill and shit, looking for some tarot cards, looking in their little cult section and shit. Next thing I know, I find this little gem, benign looking book, not ostentatious in any way, shape, or form. Like, ooh. So, the Hermetic philosophy, the 7 Hermetic principles, mental transmutation, the all, the mental universe, the divine paradox, the all, in all, the planes of correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, causation, gender, mental gender. 15 Hermetic axioms. Ciao. Ciao. Wow, Baltimore. Y'all get this book, okay? Please, please. Howdy, Sharon. Yeah, just get the book. It's the best $10 you'll spend. U.S. I don't know what it is internationally, but get this book and blow your own mind. It really is like they've really segmented this condition, and there's no need. And then after you read it, right, I want you to sit back and I want you to play the Janae Akano, or I can't say the child name, but her album, okay? Especially the song where it goes, "Did you know there's a universe inside of you?" Right, mental gender. That's why I keep telling y'all, hashtag non-binary. Get out your own heads on what they tell you you should and should not be doing, thinking, acting. It's not like that at all. Like, they're trapping you. They're restricting your full potential. What this is going to do, you know how they say, oh, the human brain only uses a small percentage of their... Motherfucker, we about to blow the roof off. Like, you know that little mind-blown emoji? That's what's about to go down. No more hiding. No more piecemealing and, oh, you got to do this to get this little bit. Fuck all that. There's none of that. Like, we going in. Everybody can manifest. Just saying. It's up to you on what it is you want to do. I'm not judging you, but I promise you, if it's low vibing, you will be annihilated because the universe is not on that frequency anymore. It's not going to be tolerated. The polarity shift, the pole shift. See, people, they were trying to tell you about, the north and south poles and the magnetic force fields and all. Yeah, you're experiencing that. Why? Because the planet's going through the ascension. Yeah, everybody's going through the ascension. So yeah, what was once north is now south and south is now north. Yeah, we got men acting like women and women acting like men. So they say. But who the fuck are they to say? You're not going to attract that anymore because it's closing out. This is why the work must be done. This is why you got to learn the lessons, close it out. That's another reason why I want y'all to go look at this asteroid, okay? Because it'll help you understand some of the choices that you're making, especially of the sexual variety. Just saying, if you understand what it is you're really about and what it is that you're governing from, it makes it easier to start to correct, to get on to the path and to your purpose. Just, because I see money moves. I mean, patiently waiting, patiently waiting. Ascension. The earthly ascension. The physical ascension. The actual metamorphosis. Y'all don't think it's interesting that you see more and more bearded women? And I'm not throwing shade. It's not hormones. You starting to realize why you see softer men. It's not hormones. They're like, oh, it's soy and this and that, and it's the food. Yeah, some of it's the food. But I see people from places in the world where they don't have access to GMO and contaminated this and that. And guess what? Shit's still happening. Because it's energy. The planet's shifting. The vibration's shifting. Yeah, and if you don't accept the shift, the mental bondage is a very, like, it's just a downward spiral of a repetitive tower moment. Like, the planet is removing those who are not moving with her. Like, people are dropping. Right, because they are born after the shift. They were born once it started to happen. And so no, there are kids because they were clearing generational curses. They were breaking those bondage points before, striking out in new paths and new industry. They were going against the mold. Mm. Yeah, it is. I mean, it is. Whoo, it's kind of scary. I picked up on it. Excuse me. Um, a few years back when we had that massive tidal wave and tsunami that hit Myanmar and 200,000 people were wiped off the face of the earth like that. You start to see things like that with the planet with bigger and bigger disasters. So, she's cleaning house. She really is. It's an incredible thing. All I can say is be kind to your mother. Treat the planet well, and she will treat you well. Yeah, exactly. Volcanic eruptions in crazy places. The earthquakes, although we were foretold about the earthquakes in diverse places, right? Right. The planet is shifting. Right beneath our feet. Please. The only thing I dislike about... No, I'm not going to say that because it's too strong of a manifestation point to say things like that. You funny, Sally. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Edgar, what did he foretell? I'm not familiar with that person. There's lots of prophets and seers and prophetesses that I am not familiar with. Yeah, I have to go back with a little pen pad and write down some of this stuff. Like, I don't know. What is that? Show me. Give me a card. My youngest and oldest son and daughter are empaths. Oh, yeah, all of them are. At this point. Why did that come out backwards? That's so weird. Um, they're all like, but see, here's the thing. People have to remember we're all born with varying degrees of psychic abilities. Some people have a lot. Some people are, it is what it is. If you're only intuitive, then more power to you. If you hit clairaudient, clairsentience, all of the clairs. Okay, but to whom much is given, much is required. So, but everyone has their own varying degrees of psychic powers. But what we're experiencing is the unhindered star seeds, indigos. Your indigos had children, and they are called star seeds. And so if you find yourself as an indigo, then guess what? Your children are star seeds. They have more gifts than you. It's like, whoo, you're sitting on the golden child. The sleeping prophet. Okay. Well, he's probably overwhelmed by what he sees. I would have him draw. Why is purity reversed? No, no. I'm curious about that. Um, Honestly, there's some great books out there that will help you. Like Llewellyn has a lot of various books out there on acts, not developing your intuition and gifts. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so you can look for this one, Llewellyn's Little Book of Psychic Developments. Developing your intuition, or developing intuition, rather. A practical guidance for daily life. Shakti Gawain. Just saying. There are, and there's a lot of stuff that's free online that you can do, but I prefer to have the material. And the best way of putting you in touch with them is just by following those hunches. I mean, I didn't get a blueprint. I didn't get a manual that says you're going to get this, 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 and this. No, I just started researching the things that I was experiencing, and I was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. And then you start to find the information. As they said, when the student is ready, the teacher will come. And so if you're seeking this information is already, it's on its way to you. Maybe through me, maybe I spark something through other people, but yeah. It's funny, I went to a retreat one time with a bunch of, I mean, the power in this room was off the chart, like off the chart. And one of the girls walks up to me, she was like, clairaudient? Like, how you just gonna call me out like that? I wasn't even in connection with what it was at that point. You know what I mean? Like, I was just kind of like living life, doing my thing. You know, I always hear music. Like, I tell people that, like, no, I have a soundtrack for life. I didn't know what the fuck that meant. I just thought everybody had a soundtrack for life. Like, no, everyone does not. And I had a medium years before. She said something, listen to the music, but I was in the middle of coming out of the church. And so music was bad and da 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 da. So I was like, why would she tell me to listen to the music? Like, because I was already hearing the music. Forest, trees. Forest, trees. Same thing. Just saying. So go with what it is your intuition's already telling you it is. I mean, not everybody gets the same powers though. You'll figure it out. You really will. Like, there is no blueprint to it. No, you can say generationally, like, oh, my mom had this gift, and so I might have this, because there are those sort of genetic inheritances, and then there's the outright spiritual ones. So purity doesn't actually have a reversal meeting, and so that is just so weird. Maybe I just put it in the deck backwards. Oh, never mind. Y'all funny. Some of y'all been acting like y'all as pure as the driven snow, huh? My little southern belles. Yeah. Maybe you ain't gotta act so pure. Maybe it's time to get a little dirty. I'm just saying. I could be talking to myself right now, but whatever. See? Exactly. Look. So I'm just going to read you what it says. Purity. Look for the simplest and cleanest solution. Understand your motives for doing what you are doing. Be as clear as possible in your communication. I know why I do what I do. That's the quote. Okay, that's your meditation. Okay, the word purity now seems to have a kind of loaded moral quality. Anytime I mention the word, people mostly think about how it's used in used in religion or in morals. For example, the purity of virgins, the purity of no sex before marriage, the purity of celibacy. I told y'all. The purity of bloodline of certain extreme right-wing groups. No wonder we use the word with some trepidation. The purity I refer to here is the purity of the silver moon on the unmarked snow. The simple purity of intention that nature demonstrates. The purity of clean water in a mountain stream. The purity of a single purpose. The Cambridge Dictionary defines this kind of purity as being clean or free from harmful substances. And I guess in our world, so full of pollutions and damage to the environment that may be well hard to find. However, the ancients looked at the circles that brought ice and snow as a sort of a reset button. A time when everything lay fallow for a while and brought with it a kind of simplicity. These times are hard, but if we were prepared for them, we would So we would have survived, excuse me. There are good reasons to strive for a kind of positive purity in our lives. Being precise with our language and as clear as we can be in our communications means fewer miscommunications and misunderstandings in our relationships and work life. Keeping our intentions pure and untainted with lower energies such as jealousy, revenge, unworthiness as much as possible means that our motivations are pure and not muddy in their reasoning. Companion stone or metal, clear quartz, okay? Clear quartz, which is funny. Yeah, y'all. Look, I think the universe just and your ancestors just gave you a pass to go get crunk. Purity came out backwards. That's funny. Like, listen. Maybe it's time to go out, shake a bug, get dressed, enjoy the cold weather if it's cold where you are, that sort of thing. It's time. Some of y'all just need to get laid. I'm just saying. I say y'all like I ain't part of that category. Whatever. But yeah, I think it's time. The universe is like, okay, listen, we get it. You're dedicated. It's okay. You too can have a night out. You too can have fun. Some good, clean adult fun don't hurt nobody, apparently. One message from the universe has your back. Or 3, apparently. I am the dreamer of my dreams. Happiness is my birthright. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. For a lot of folks, it really is just this simple about keeping your intentions on what it is you want so you sow proper seeds. But if all you do focus on is negative vibrations and oh, this person did that to me and what if that, all the negative realms of possibilities, then that's really all you're going to get. But if you just so happen to start to dream big, like really big with some true optimism behind it, you might be really surprised at the results you get. So do that. I seem to have repetitive conversations with people. I can understand that you are concerned about the goings on in your personal life, but you have to accept the choices you've made, the decisions you've made, and stick to them. And if you want to change your mind, that is your prerogative. But stressing over the negative possibilities instead of actually working to achieve the best possibilities and solutions, it's counterintuitive to what it is you really want to do at the end of the day. So it's like, who do you really want to fucking be? Do you actually want to be this happy-go-lucky, joyous human being who's living every day to the utmost of their ability? Like, we all have rough days, but that's a given. But which life do you actually want? Do you want the old one that you've been working really hard, or you say you've been working harder at getting away from? Or do you want, the new? It's really just that simple. The universe has a divine plan for all of us. But it's like, you got to stick to your guns so they can stick to their guns and get you where you're supposed to be so you can look back and go, who? Guess you're just somebody I used to know. Right. But it's learn the lesson. Don't get stuck in the pain cycle. Like, it's trauma. It's mental trauma. It's mental bondage. Get out of it. You don't actually have to be there. That's the first step in actually freeing yourself, is going, you know what? I have the right to change my fucking mind. And I don't. Either I do or I don't. Any day, all day. That is your literal choice and right. Just saying. I would choose the road to happiness. The one of ascension. The one that's definitely going to be interesting. And it will not be the same fucking shit you've been dealing with. Just saying. But alright, y'all. Okay. I love y'all. I'm going to go. I'm going to eat some food. Drink something. We'll probably do this again tomorrow. Or no, tonight. Maybe. Maybe we'll see. Anyway, light and love. Have a great day. Happy Sabbath. Bye.